in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see, the national champions from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ready to fire from the pistol. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Wide open downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, there's no mystery. We're going to get one of our best players involved in the game on the first play of the game. Just throw it up and let him go make magic happen.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A run for the quarterback. Finds a little space. Got the first down and more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Quick completion on the outbound. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Texas! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Smokey the Cannon, not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
I mean, coming out on point, coming out dissecting the defense, scoring early. In front of this crowd, you know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the move at the 30. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
At the 31, first down on the offense.
offense in a bunch formation. To the air, it's Carr. Makes the catch. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, big moment in recruiting last week. 4-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a 4-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. He plays so many DBs at one time. This is a position I feel like you can transition to college really well. The expectations for him are going to be high.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure coming. And he was flat and missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Secures it at the 30. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And the Longhorns, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And already it's completely changed the game. Like, now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running.
What a scramble on the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They are really clicking along. 1st and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in and week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. second and a long way to go. Back to throw, it's Carr. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35.
It's a really nice catch there, and I know LSU goes by the moniker of DBU, but you take a look at all the draft picks they've had in recent years, and with this guy and his talent, they may be getting consideration soon of joining teams like Alabama and Ohio State for wide receiver U. This guy is really good.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
Got the first down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Tigers will hustle to the line.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The inside handoff. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. First and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
A loss of 14 on the play. Brings up second down.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. The offense changing the play. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Go to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
That's a really nice looking catch, you know, and it's shocking when you think about Texas Longhorn football. Not a lot of names jump out at you when you think about great wide receivers here, right? Yeah, Roy Williams, Jordan Shipley, not too many. This guy, though, I think has a chance to be special. This guy could go down.
Looking for the end zone. He got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Texas. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude.
There he goes. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. He leaves it with his back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. They want to get this defense on its heels.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
From the shotgun, the inside give. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you got to play so many defensive line. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
The give out of the gun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a space. Dances away to buy time. Catch in the middle. It's Hudson. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll run it from the gun. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And the Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Now on the option. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times. Reached the end zone on it. Turning it on! And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. Goes to the option. Wide open space. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
The Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Brings up
2nd and goal for this offense. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider. Go!
Calls his own number. Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's just so nice to have a signifier who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he's coming out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Carr. Oh, they're after him. A strike downfield. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
So now on 2nd and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Trying to get behind the defense. And he's got it at the 10. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. From the gun, looking for a man. Using his legs to buy some time. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He got it down to the 3, now it's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, the inside give. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. They'll run the option. Touchdown, and they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's a touchdown this offense absolutely had to have to keep it to a one-possession game before going in at halftime. That touchdown is going to do wonders for this team's confidence.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He'll start this drive firing. Showing the arm strength to the left. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion.
What can you say about the passing attack we've seen from this offense here in the first half? Up and down the field. The quarterback is in a great rhythm. And I'll tell you, his receivers have stepped up as well. Another nice catch on the perimeter this time by the offense.
He'll take another shot here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
He's got an open man. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. Give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on second down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
Are you kidding me? Lucky number 7. He's got 7 interceptions on the season, consistently around the ball. High IQ, breaks on the football great. This guy just makes play after play after play.
One more snap coming before halftime. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Under fire. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Tigers. He got a step and just dusted the field.
How about the Hail Mary? Listen, you're supposed to throw that thing way up in the air. He puts it up in the air high, the defender. You're not supposed to try to catch it. You're supposed to knock it down. It gets deflected. And how about the concentration by the receiver to catch the football, make the play with all those bodies around him.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We've got a good one going here in the third quarter, all tied up as he's set to kick it away. And he's not going to take the touchback. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
To to throw, it's Carr. Going deep. Snatches it on the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Under fire. Misses receiver there. It's incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Powers through the defender. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
That's a first down for the offense.
LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Throws to the wideout. He makes a grab. Touchdown LSU. They looked finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Wants to throw on third down. Grab near the marker. It's McCutcheon. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
That really good coverage by the defender, you could tell, started to get towards his wide receiver, towards the sideline, saw the ball, made a nice catch, but he didn't get a toe down, just a little bit out of bounds, so close to being an interception.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Buys a little time. Unloads to the wideout. He's got him wide open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback keeps it. Runs through the tackle. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Got his man downfield.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation, drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Texas! Quick strike through the air for the score. Extra point here would tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Hold and fire complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. They get to him as he throws.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him. They hit him. They forced the incompletion.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the back over the middle. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. The option look. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the 1st down.
Man, the option is so hard to stop, and so many bodies near the line of scrimmage on 4th and short. They run it.
Breaks into the open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. LSU quick to the line.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to pass, it's Carr. Here's a heat. Makes the grab, it's Hill. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
At the 36. And 1st down for the offense.
We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the fourth. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Looking to throw again. Flushed out of the pocket. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
And that's crazy. 1 second you're the offense and you're thinking second and inches, we're taking a shot, we're in a great spot. And then you give up a sack, and now all of a sudden you're in third and long and you're thinking, uh-oh, we got to convert this. Or we're giving the ball right back to our opponent.
A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Tigers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. LSU right back to the line. Dropping back, it's Carr. Buys a little extra time. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Throws for the tight end. Connection to the right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I tell you what, these big-bodied tight ends that can catch the football in the corner routes, it doesn't have to be a perfect throw. Usually you got littler guys, it's hard. You got to put the ball more on the money, but this big dude can just go up and get it. You just throw it near the sidelines, he'll do the rest.
Throws to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, they're not able to hook up there, but considering this guy already has 2 touchdown catches in this game, now the offensive coordinator is dialing up more passes his way, and you know the quarterback, he's got like a sonar on him. He's always aware of where he is, and I like the idea. I'm going to keep throwing this guy the football and see if he can get another touchdown.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. It's Lockett. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And they get the completion, and they get out of bounds, which is obviously important to stop the clock. But what's really important now is it's 4th down. And that made it more manageable, but obviously the clock is not as important as making sure.
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Pulls it in. It's Lockett. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
Well, this guy has been a weapon all game long. They've lined him up all over the field. He's run all different types of routes. The defense has not been able to cover him, and he's got now over 150 receiving yards.
To the air on first down. Fires to the middle. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Got some room to run. The 40. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turned on the Jets, making the big play.
49, Texas. 35, Texas.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last pick-6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches, so I don't mind him taking another shot there.
Finds his man open. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. The Longhorns in the hurry-up. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
So now it's second and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man quickly. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation where you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I love the quick decision that QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Johnson wants to throw it. Finds his man. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And they found the big fella again. And they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And you got to put that one on the receiver. That's just a flat-out drop. That's a good throw by the quarterback. That's a catch that receiver needs to make.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it in the middle. It's Hudson. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Quarterback keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.